Hi everyone, welcome to Tea Time with Keisha. I know it has been a while since I've been on live camera on Saturdays with my videos, my real estate videos. I've just been extremely busy trying to do some things, you know how that is. But yeah, I was going to have an open dialogue today, so if anyone has any questions that they would like to ask, you can definitely shoot me those. I'm checking the live feed to see what's going on, so you can just put in your questions and I can you will all just follow along. But also I wanted to just let you guys know, for any buyers looking to buy in the Houston area, there is some things you definitely should know about this market. Starting with, it is a seller's market as of now. A lot of people are not listing their homes, so it's becoming a little bit more competitive with finding the right type of home for yourself. So inventory is not as high as it possibly maybe should be, especially being Houston, a very, very large city. That, and along with prices going up because there's no inventory, and overall across the country real estate is just rising, especially like in Seattle where I am from. Just moved back to Houston, Texas about 8 months ago maybe. Real estate continually climbs there, like literally daily. But yeah, Houston is experiencing a seller's market, so for all you buyers, you got to become a little bit more savvy with being prepared. You definitely want to have your money ready to go, some down payment money together. You should definitely have money for all your closing costs wrapped around that. And usually if you've already gotten pre-approved, a lot of times you can, depending on what type of loan you have, you can definitely ask your lender what type of totals you'll be looking at as far as your closing costs go, down payment and all other fees. They'll usually give you some sort of good faith estimate or some sort of just estimation as to what you would possibly be looking at. That way you can kind of know what you're looking at as far as your total cash goes when it comes to buying your home. And that way you can kind of get as close to that number as possible, because, you know, us realtors, we're not, you know, miracle workers. We can't always get a seller to pay for your closing costs. So definitely one way to go into this market that we're dealing with now is to have money on hand ready to roll, and have your pre-approval ready, so that way you can, you know, as soon as your agent tell you, look, we have a house we need to go check out, you know, let's go get rolling, you can kind of already be ready, you know, in case that is the home for you. You can sign on the dotted lines and get everything going, hopefully get your contract accepted. So yeah, you just want to kind of, you know, be ready, be prepared, very, very prepared for this market, being that it is a seller's market. So it's super competitive. You'll be running into multiple offer type situations. So yeah, that's just some things to keep in mind, being with this local market that you are dealing with. Just gotta, you know, be ready to go in, you know, guns blazing. So yeah, that's just some things to keep in mind, because the market it does change daily. And but like I said, in Houston for now, right now as we speak, we are dealing with a seller's market. So buyers, yeah, it's going to be a little bit competitive for you. So just be prepared for that. And your agent will definitely help prepare you along the way and let you know some things that you do need to know going into buying a home. And this type of market, I mean, the first house you may not get, the second house you may not get, third house you may possibly not get, but who knows, you know, it depends on what type of, you know, cash you're working with. But the less contingencies, the better, because you have a better chance of, you know, winning over the sellers and, you know, them giving you the house versus someone else. So the less contingencies your agent has to work with, the more better off you are at potentially winning your first house. But yeah, if you don't have closing costs going in, don't think that you possibly, will get that home, especially if you're asking the seller to pay for any of your closing costs. So yeah, just some things to be aware of in this Houston, Texas market out here. I'm trying to see if anyone has any questions. No one's shot me any questions yet. It would be so awesome if you guys could participate on this open dialogue Saturday with Keisha. Yeah, I'm gonna sip some of my tea. You guys should let me know what tea mugs you get or what type of teas. I love tea. I go to Tea Ivana all the time and get lots of loose teas. But anyway, I mean, this is tea time with Keisha. But back to real estate. So yeah, that's just some things I can offer, some advice. I'm trying to think of a few other things without going totally off topic into a totally different topic. Trying to think of some other things that maybe buyers could be prepared. I mean, the main thing is definitely just money. At the end of the day, it comes down to money because you are buying, you're purchasing a home. So at the end of the day, it's all about dollars and cents. That's mainly what it all boils down to. I mean, let's just be honest, it's dollars and cents. What is the seller going to want? They're going to want money for you purchasing their home, highest bidder up type of thing. So yeah, it all comes down to dollars at the end of the day. How much money you have on hand definitely plays a huge part in how quickly you can get a contract on a home. Like I said, if you're asking for money back or, your contingencies are piled up or maybe you don't even have pre-approval yet, but most of the time, most realtors won't even work with you unless you already are pre-approved, not pre-qualified, but actually pre-approved, meaning you've actually talked to a lender, you've given your lender documents, they've run your credit, all these different types of things so that they can see if you will be able to actually be approved for a loan with them. So yeah, pre-approved. So yeah, you have pre-approval, you have your money already ready, that sort of thing. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. And you're working with a really great agent that probably has some really good negotiation skills. That also helps as well. Most of the time the agents won't know the other agent, so that's not an added bonus. But yeah, it mainly boils down to the buyer and what they have, the money they have on hand, being pre-approved already, that type of thing. That's like the main thing, because if you got that and if the seller is still wanting to potentially try to, get more money out of you, of course, if you have a good agent, that's when their negotiation skills will come in hand, and, they have a lot of different ways of doing whatever they're going to do to try to get you the home. So, that's a few things, but yeah, we are in a seller's market here in Houston, low inventory, like I said. And then also I want to point out, like, when you're looking for your first home, do try to be as realistic as possible with what you're actually looking for. We all know you're not going to get everything you always wanted in a house on your first home, especially because at the end of the day, it's limited on what you even can get because we all have budgets. So your budget, no matter what price range that is, it's gonna limit to what type of home you can get or how much of a home you can actually get. So that would help as well, to be a little bit more on the realistic side of things, and kind of, once you see the house and you just feel really comfortable, don't let one thing get you off guard, or you feel like, oh, this may not be the home because oh my God, it's lacking that one thing, but you really love the home. Go ahead and get it, because even though there's, that maybe that one thing that you think is lacking in the home, you know, you may actually be over that. Even, you know, if you really love the home, put an offer on the home, you know, and see if you can, you know, put down a contract. But yeah, so all of those things are great to keep in mind. Your realtor, of course, will tell you the exact same thing I'm telling you and even more. So they'll be very, very informative when they're trying to get you into a home, whether you're a first-time home buyer or not. Most realtors can be very educational when giving you information that's very, very pertinent to buying a home. So yeah, those are just some things to keep in mind. And you guys can always feel free to reach out to me if you ever have any questions, or if you know anyone that's in the Houston area or wanting to move to the Houston area, and maybe wanting to sell a home or buy a home or possibly lease a home, I can definitely help them out in that situation. I'll be pretty much the agent of choice that they would probably love, that, you know, you guys sent them to me. They would love you all day long, because when it comes to knowledge, I really love giving out information just so to keep everyone on top of their game, and so that they know they're a little bit more educated going into the home buying process. So yeah, and then if there's things that we didn't cover, like of course, a lot of things on the mortgage side, I'm of course not going to know every single thing when it comes to mortgage, because I'm not a mortgage lender. So that's why usually the mortgage lender, anything with mortgage that you're wanting to know, the lender that you're dealing with is always the person to go to for that. And when it comes to contracts and the real estate side or the house and that sort of thing, that's the things that I would know most about. But yeah, so different people know different things. Title company know title policy things. So yeah, you definitely want to go to the right person for the right information. But I guess this is going to be the end of our Tea Time with Keisha this Saturday, guys. Once again, we will be back here on Saturday next week. I probably will most likely do an earlier video next Saturday, so stay tuned for that. I'm thinking I will probably post around, I'll probably get on live about maybe noon on next Saturday. So I hope you guys tune in next Saturday. And of course, if you have any questions you want me to answer, you can always leave them in my either on my Facebook page or Dropbox or whatever you want to do, and I will publicly answer those on our next video chat. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Do pass along all of my videos to all of your friends. You can also join me on YouTube at Miss Ann Cole. That's MSANNCOL. That's my YouTube page name. Well, URL name. It's not the actual page name, but all of my videos, you can catch the full video there. And I'll see you guys next weekend. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And happy Father's Day to all those great dads out there. Have a good day.